The right of a child to be protected and to have their innocence protected trumps any other right, including that of freedom of speech.
Here in Ireland, we're en route to introducing an age verification system through a digital wallet tool that will restrict social media access for under 16s.
This is one of the biggest challenges facing society, particularly children. The advent of social media, while it's a power for good, it is also the possibility of really impacting in a very negative and a very adverse way on children's ability to grow up in a traditional fashion.
Let's talk about the digital wallet. Will it mean that the social media platforms will have every child's personal data? You know, their
No.
passport, their date of birth, all of that kind of stuff. Because otherwise, how will it work?
No, they won't. They won't be able to retain it, but obviously they have to be satisfied that a person is over 18 or over whatever age that is deemed appropriate. I don't believe that this is a data protection issue, to be quite honest about it. And in regard to what I said a while ago, you know, if it comes to a hierarchy between the protection of a child and data protection is not the principal concern for me at the moment. It is the protection of the child.
Now, there was a case in court. It was a horrific case of a child who's now 16, but at the age of 13 abused his 6-year-old sister. He had had access to pornography on the internet from the age of 5. The family were living off grid, allegedly homeschooling their child. They had no running water. They had access, though, to the internet because they had electricity. And what Miss Justice Ellen Ring said, no adult would hesitate to take a box of matches away from a 7-year-old when she referred to the unchecked use of the internet by this guy. And this fella, he then posted images of his own sister on the internet, to the point that when the Gardaí arrived, the images were so vivid, they immediately identified the sister from what they had seen. The judge is going on to say that lawmakers must do something about this. There's no best interest argument for children to have unfettered access to the internet just because they can. But it may well be that what you're proposing is simply not strong enough.
And if it's not, we'll go further. But I would say there, in relation to, I don't know the case that you're talking about. I haven't heard about that case. But like we have agencies tripping over themselves with regard to the protection of children. And if there's a child that's been homeschooled and there isn't regular checks being conducted to make sure that that child is being properly looked after, and if there are situations where children are being brought up in homes without running water and access to material like that, there's a failure there, first and foremost, of the people who brought that child into the world. But secondly, there's a failure on behalf of whatever agency was responsible for making sure that that child should be protected and kept away from people like that, including parents who obviously are not capable of parenting.